Okay, let's look at example 5. Example 5, as you see, is a Regents question, and it's talking about Boyle's law involves pressure and volume of gas in a container. It can be represented by the formula P sub 1 times V sub 1 equals P sub 2 times V sub 2. Basically, the formula, what it means, doesn't really matter to us mathematically, because all we want to do is see that we have a literal equation and that it's asking us to solve for P sub 2. The other thing that's important is that subscripts mean nothing mathematically. It's just saying the first P, the first V, another P, another V. There's no mathematical, it's not like an exponent. Okay, a subscript means nothing mathematically. So I write the equation over again, and I want to get the P sub 2 by itself, which means I need to get rid of the V sub 2. If these two guys are being multiplied, how would I get rid of multiplying by this? We would divide both sides. By dividing both sides, these two would divide out to be a 1, and I would be left with my answer of P sub 2 equals P sub 1, V sub 1 all over V sub 2, which would be answer choice 3. Okay, last example. Example 6, another Regents question. This one is super important because we have a lot of things going on here. Okay, so we're given the volume of a cone. We're given the formula, of the volume of a cone. And it's asking me to get R all by itself. If you notice, there's a lot of things going on over here. But what I hope you remember from an earlier example is whenever I see a fraction, I want to get rid of that fraction first. And to do that, I hope you agree, we're going to have to multiply both sides. We're going to multiply both sides by, I hope you said 3. Because when we multiply both sides by 3, it allows me to reduce those to 1. So now I'm just left with, and obviously I multiply this side by 3. So now I'd be left with 3V equals pi r squared h. Okay, we got rid of the fraction, which is awesome. We are going to need to get this r squared by itself. Well, what's going on with r squared? It's being multiplied with pi and h. So how can I get rid of multiplying by pi and h? I'm going to divide both sides by pi and h. Because when I divide both sides by pi and h, over here my pi's reduce out, my h's reduce out. So now I'm left with r squared equals 3v over pi h. I'm almost done. I now need to get the r by itself, which means I need to get rid of squaring. How do I get rid of squaring? I hope you agree, and remember that we're going to take the square root. Take the square root of both sides, and you are left with your final answer, which is right here. And that's that r is equal to the square root of 3v all over pi h, which is right over here, answer choice 1. I know literal equations are a little difficult because it's very different than questions and equations we have worked with in the past. So I want you to try your hardest to do the practice and check it with the answer key, and also try to do your homework the best you can. If we need more time on Friday to look at this together, we will definitely do that. Okay. I also want you to work on your Delta Math. I have decided to extend the deadline for Delta Math. Instead of it being due Friday at 8 a.m., we're going to have it due Monday at 8 a.m. So that way, if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask me in class on Friday.